We can hear you. Wait, there you are.
Hello?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Get ready to rumble!
Pump up the jig, yo, pump it up, yo, pump it.
Y'all ready for this?
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. Move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it.
Welcome everyone to South Kitsap High School, and we are happy you're joining us for an exciting evening of basketball. Let's bring it down to the court to introduce the teams.
2-5 in league play. And now, the starting lineups. First for the visitors from Silverdale, the Central Kitsap Cougars. 5'9" senior, number 2, Andrew Schwederman. 6'1" senior, number 4, Steve Johnson. 6'5" junior, number 20, Christian Miller. 6'6" junior, number 22, Alex Smith. 6'5" senior, number 40, Austin Murray. The Cougars are coached by sixth-year head coach Scott McMines, assisted by Maya Davis, Casey Lindberg, Keith Armstrong, and Wes Davis. And now, the starting lineup for your South Kitsap Wolves! And point guard, 6' senior, number 3, Riley Callahan. At wing, 6'3" senior, number 4, Colin Bakalarski. Senior number 10, Logan Knowles. At guard, 6'3" sophomore, number 22, Eric Watry. At post, 6'3" senior, number 32, Forrest Bingham. The Wolves are coached by 16th-year head coach John Callahan, assisted by Greg Pickard, Brian Cox, Bern Levine, and Joe Althwaite. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please stand. And gentlemen, please remove your hats as we honor this great nation and this community with the playing of our national anthem by the South Kitsap High School Band, led by Gary Grams. At this time, South Kitsap cheerleader senior Camry Smith will read the Narrows League sportsmanship statement.
We, the participants of the Narrows League, will demonstrate excellence in school spirit and pride. This will be accomplished through good leadership, integrity, and respect. By showing commitment, desire to motivate, passion for the game, and fair play, we will strive to be positive role models in our school and communities. Home or away, win or lose, play hard, play fair, have fun, but remember that it is a game. Go Wolves!
Thank you, Camry.
Well, that national anthem gets me in time. Welcome everyone to South Kitsap High School, and we're happy you're joining us for an exciting evening of basketball between the Wolves of South Kitsap and the visitors from Central Kitsap. Tonight's game is coming to you live on SKTV, and we're also streaming live from the South Kitsap School District website and YouTube. So no matter where you're watching or how you're watching, we're happy you can join us. I'm Curtis Skeet, a junior video student here at South, and joining me in the booth tonight is senior Jacob Scott. So Jacob, what kind of game should we expect tonight?
I think it should be a really good game, Curtis. You know, it is a rivalry game against our biggest rivals. Our crowd looks ready, our players look ready from both teams, so I guess it should be a really good night.
And this is a really historic game. This is going to be the last time that South will ever play Central Kitsap at South Kitsap.
Right. That's because CK is going to 3A next season, is that correct?
That's correct. They're leaving the Narrows League and heading to a 3A school. And South has seemed to have the number overall, 16-5, but it's always been a close one. I cannot remember a game where it's been a really high-scoring game.
Neither can I. know both teams always play hard when we play each other. They both want to win. You know, anything can happen, but it should be overall a great game.
Yeah, well, we got a lot of great starters here tonight, like Riley Callahan, who's out there, as well as number 22, Eric Waltree, Logan Knowles, Colin Balkalarski. Got a lot of great players out there tonight as well from CK, as Callahan is out there.
Looks like CK might have got a hand on that one.
But we got quite a lot of tall people here. CK's got Alex Smith at 6'6", and we've got Isaiah Lewis 6'6". I'm excited to see those two square off.
Oh, definitely. CK's team looks really big, but since our guys are shorter, they might be quicker, so you never know what can happen. Anything can.
Here we go as Eric with a free throw. He's got another opportunity to get the first points of the game onto the board. And he makes it. South takes the 1-0 lead, and Central is just storming down the court already. What do you know about Central Kitsap, Jacob?
I know overall they are, I believe, 7-8 this season. So they're struggling a little bit, but I know that they are a really tough team to beat because they all play so hard, and their inside game is they're really big with 6'5", 6'6" in the post, so they're going to be a tough set to get around.
Yeah, CK is currently ranked 6th in the Narrows League, right behind South Kitsap at number 5.
Well, you know, 5 and 6, it should be a really good game. I know they both really want to win. Nobody likes to lose.
You know, South Kitsap, they were 3rd in state last year. They were just one win away from going to state. I'm sure they were a bit disappointed, but they've really been just adjusting the focus this year and becoming a better team, I think, this year as far as staying in units.
Oh, definitely. There have been a lot of returners this season, along with a lot of new additions.
Colin Bakalarski just made the first two-pointer of the game, and CK right back with another one. We got a 3-2 game going.
You can tell already by the intensity of this first couple minutes that it's going to be a tough game for both sides.
Yeah, I think the key, it seems to always be the key in the games that I've witnessed, is free throws. They have to make those free throw opportunities because it can determine the game.
That is very true. They're very important shots.
Callahan misses the three-pointer. Logan Knowles on the rebound. And Bakalarski, close on that. And CK.
Bakalarski with a great block.
CK seems to be really storming down fast. They seem to have quick sprinters out there.
Definitely. It seems like they're trying to wear out South Kitsap by making sure that they play fast and hard.
I don't think that's going to happen, though, because South practices, 4 hours a day?
They sure do. They
have morning practices at 6:30. I feel a little bad, but that's what you got to do if you want to succeed.
That's right. I know coming off that 3rd place last season, they're definitely trying to make it further than that.
Good passing between Callahan and Bakalarski. And CK with a nice rebound. CK has taken a 6-3 lead over South Kitsap. I believe that was number 4, Steve Johnson, with the rebound and the assist on the scoring. And then Logan Knowles missed on a 3-point attempt. And
Steve Johnson with another rebound.
Steve Johnson is one of these starters, and he's also a senior. He seems to be a real leader of Central so far. South playing really tight coverage. Everyone trying to defend someone.
One thing that South has always got a lot of credit for is their communication on the court.
Yeah, it seems they're trying to not let them go up for layups. That's why they had 3 people stacked in the front. They're trying to make them shoot for long ones.
Well, with 6'5" and 6'6" in the post, that's what you have to do.
And when you're as tall as those people, you can make it pretty easy, I'll tell you from experience.
Number 32, Forrest Bingham, is definitely a tough player. I used to play with him a couple years back, and I know he definitely plays tough, so I think he's up for the challenge of guarding number 40, Austin Murray.
Austin Murray, 6'5" senior. A lot of these players have been playing either with each other or against each other since junior high. They've got a lot of experience on the court with each other, and I think there's quite a lot of good chemistry between these players. As you mentioned before, this is the last time that CK and SK will play each other at SK, and after this season, CK will be out of the division. So we have quite the huge crowd here tonight, as you can see, here to support the final, the end of an era, as you can call it.
Definitely. I think this game is probably most important for both teams, not in the sense of making it further in the playoffs or in the season, but knowing that this is the last time you play your rivals in your own court. So I know they definitely have a lot of pressure, but I think that they're up to it because, like I said before, nobody wants to lose.
And Callahan with a nice lane. And as you mentioned, you know, South has the better record, and even after this season will remain a better record. But if CK could win tonight, that would really put a huge stinger on SK and kind of submit their legacy onto SK, because I can guarantee you after this game, South would never forget that kind of loss.
Never, especially if they win. If South wins tonight, this will be an unforgettable game. I've been really looking forward to it. I'm sure our fans have too.
South has a really lot of pride, especially when it comes to facing CK. CK in pretty much every sport we have has always been a major rival. Certainly have the competition when it comes to athletics. Logan Knowles trying to set up a screen. Bakalarski had that bounce off of CK's foot. No, Colin seems like a pretty fast guy. What do you think about him?
Colin Bakalarski is definitely a quick player. He knows exactly where to be and when to be there as he scores a three-pointer.
That was a very quick three-pointer.
Exactly. He knows where to be and when to be there. It just kind of comes natural for him.
And we now have a tie game, 8-8. 2:30 left in the first quarter, and it's already been pretty intense. Impressive lay-in made by number 2, Andrew Switterman, senior and starter for Central Kitsap. And ball just being jumbled everywhere. A good recovery by Central. As again, number 4, Steve Johnson, one of the team starters and captains, he has been quite the asset to the team. And again, South not just daring them to come down and make a lay-in.
Foul on number 22, Eric Watry, making it Central Kitsap ball.
So what do you think of Callahan? He's a 3-year starter and a point leader, and as well as the coach's son. Do you think he's definitely earned his spot on this varsity squad?
Oh, I definitely do. I know Riley pretty well, and I know he's worked really hard. Probably one of the hardest workers I know as a basketball player, because he wants it just as bad as any player would. You know, like you said, he's been starting on varsity for 3 years, playing for his dad, and that only makes him want to work harder because he wants to do well for himself, his team, and also for his father.
And I know there seems to be a bit of a controversy whenever a coach's son is starting, but I think Riley is definitely one of those few cases that he's earned it.
Right. Colin had another great block.
SK playing real aggressive defense right in your face, and Riley is going to have a chance to shoot. Uninterrupted, that takes a little pressure off, and he makes one. Chance to tie it up now is Callahan. Doesn't quite make it, but I think he's got great form with those free throw shots.
Definitely. I know Coach Callahan makes them shoot free throws until they get it perfect. So I think tonight should be a pretty good shooting night as far as free throws go for South Kitsap basketball.
As we mentioned, 1 point can be a serious difference maker, especially against CK. It's always going to come down to the wire with CK. Right.
CK's always had a really tough defense to counter our really good offense. Xavier Wells is now in the game.
As well as Isaiah Lewis, the 6'6" junior. He's going to be a real asset when it comes to getting rebounds and lay-ins tonight. He's a very tall, strong, and fast player. He's definitely got the build of a basketball player.
And he's tough. He knows how to get gritty.
Looks like a foul on SK. That was a good attempt at a stuff by Logan Knowles, but
Arian Rowan with the and one, trying to make it a three-point play for the Cougars.
Arian Owen, one of the smaller players, 5'10" junior, but he's definitely got speed and awareness. And the crowd is getting loud. And he stood his ground and got the points. CK now has a 2-point lead over Wolves with about 30 seconds left in the quarter, as well as the shot clock. So let's see what they can make of this. It looks like Isaiah Lewis, 6'6", is against the 6'5" Christian Miller. So let's see what these two tall guys can do with each other.
That definitely looks like a great matchup.
Bakalarski with another three-pointer. Bring the lead right back to South Kitsap.
Steve Johnson tried to make the half-court shot at the end of the quarter, but he didn't quite make it.
You know, this high school games, these quarters fly. They're only 8 minutes long, but still a 14-13, that's not a bad score.
No, not at all. You can tell by that quarter that this game is going to be great.
These Wolves are just getting warmed up as well as the Cougars. And we have plenty of great backups on both teams, and you're going to see them swinging constantly, making sure that the team is fresh. And now we got the cheerleaders pumping up the crowd. You know, didn't we try to break the Seahawks record for decibels at a pep assembly?
They did. We got pretty close, kind of, you know, 104.
Yeah, not bad. How do you feel about the juniors taking back the Spirit Stick?
Man, that was really disappointing for the whole senior class. But I can't say you guys didn't earn it. The signs definitely helped.
We seem to have a lot of competition in the pep assemblies. Maybe the sophomores will win someday. Maybe not, though. And again, we have the band playing. They come to almost every sporting event that's televised, as well as other untelevised events, and they just are very good at getting the crowd pumped, very musical, and very supportive of the SK athletes.
I know they definitely get me pumped up. Ball just got thrown back in play.
Kicking off the second quarter. And again, South just daring them to go for a lay-in. I think that strategy seems to be working really well, just covering in the inside so they can't go in and make a lane. They have to try to shoot far ones, and with all those tall guys, like you mentioned, we're not built to make those shots.
That's very true. South's playing zone defense to make sure that We cover the whole floor.
These players, they have great stances and they have speed and they really get in your face. I know Callahan definitely stresses in practice this defense. As CK takes back the lead 15-14. Good recovery by Eric Waltree.
As a sophomore, Eric Watry has done great things for this team. He's a great asset, and he's one of those players that just is natural. Basketball just comes natural to him.
You know, you don't always see too many sophomores out there, usually just swinging, but he seems to be a good asset, as you said. As Callahan passes it off to Waltree.
CK's defense is tough tonight.
As you mentioned, though, I can see the good chemistry between Bakalarski and Callahan as far as their passing ability. They seem to be fast and aware and trusting of each other.
Right, they're best friends on and off the court. I know they grew up really good friends. They hang out all the time. They've been playing basketball since they were toddlers, so they've had a lot of time and experience making sure that they play really well together.
Good pass by, and CK with a nice steal, the 6'6". And they capitalize off that and take a 17-14 lead.
Andrew Schwederman with the amazing no-look pass to set up that layup.
That's trusting in your teammates.
So there's a loose ball foul on number 4, Steve Johnson.
Good thing that we have this other announcer in case we forget the names.
That's definitely true.
You know, the South crowd reminds me a lot of the Seattle Seahawks. They're always quiet when the offense is on field, but when the defense is on, they are going crazy.
Isaiah Lewis pushing in for that spin layup.
Again, he can dunk it like it's nothing. So he's definitely a good asset to this team.
Maybe we'll see some of that later tonight.
Hopefully he doesn't smash the thing, though. What's it called, the backboard?
I believe so.
Isaiah Lewis with the recovery. Good pass to Bakalarski. South very quick and Lewis trying to set up the screen. And Waltree with a nice lay and bring the lead back 18-17 for South Kitsap. Been back and forth all game. I wouldn't be surprised if this game went into overtime, even though it's still first half.
Well, anything can happen.
I was announcing at the Gig Harbor versus SK girls game last week, and that almost came to overtime. They won for like 2 seconds left. Girls seem to be doing pretty well. They're second place in the league.
Oh, definitely. I know Gabby Stewart has a lot to do with that. She's the leading scorer for the team, senior.
She's hilarious.
She's
a hilarious person, as are many of these players. Colin Bakalarski and Riley Callahan are quite the camera people, as you can tell from WTV. And number 22, Alex, not Alec, Alex, with a nice lane, bring a lead right back to CK. Logan Knowles, not quite there on the lay-in. CK.
Steve Johnson is definitely doing a lot for this CK team.
And I think CK's kind of figured out the South Kitsap's defensive strategy. And a nice stuff by number 40, Austin Murray.
One thing Riley Callahan is really good at doing is driving in and getting the foul so he can make those 2 easy free throws for quick points.
I think what CK realizes they need to get down the court faster when they get the ball back, because South is always really fast at getting in their positions.
That's one thing South always capitalizes on. If a team lacks transition defense, they're going right in for the layup.
And as you saw, Callahan missed his first one, but he makes the second, and the team just told him, don't sweat it. And that's the way that pretty much every South Kitsap sport works, is they want us to focus on the current, not the future, not the present, but the present. And South is good at making recoveries and comebacks.
Eric Watchie with the steal, tugged it right out of his hands.
And we had McIntyre McCartney with a shot. Didn't notice him coming in. Some tight defense again by South Kitsap, and they managed to get the ball back. And here comes Logan Knowles. Oh! And again, we have Steve Johnson with a sneaky steal.
Then the cross-court pass to Alex Smith.
Logan Knowles attempted to juke him, didn't quite make it, and CK is currently leading 23-19 with less than 4 minutes in the half. I don't think I've ever seen the gym this packed for a basketball game. You know, these fans are really excited for the last SK versus CK at home game. This has just been an incredible rivalry. What would you say is your favorite memory at a CK versus SK game?
I think it was my sophomore year when the game was so heated that players were yelling at coaches because I really don't even know why, but the game was so back and forth that I guess the players were just too into it. They got too intense.
Everyone was all
worked up.
Did they win that game?
I don't quite remember.
Hopefully they did. And they're hoping to win tonight, as is CK, because this is great implications for both of them, an end of an era. So they really want to submit their legacy into this. Callahan with a three-point.
South Kitsap has great ball movement, always passing the ball, making sure that the other team cannot keep up.
Isaiah Lewis attempted to get the ball back, but to no avail, and then he just gets right back into his position.
Wow, 6'5" players shooting from outside the key. That is something you do not usually see.
And looks like he'll get a shot to get a free throw and get even more points for CK. Yeah, Austin Murray versus Isaiah Lewis, these two giants. It's been quite entertaining so far. And Austin Murray I used to play basketball, and I was the tall guy, so coach would always have me just practice going up to the board and just tossing them in, like, right there. They really enforced lay-ins, but it's good to be a well-rounded tall person because that makes you pretty unstoppable.
That is very true.
I think South has done a good job so far of doing that, keeping the teamwork, keeping up the good pace.
Looks like Logan Knowles will be going to the free throw line.
You know, I interviewed him the other day about the upcoming baseball season because they'll be paying tribute to Coach Goodwin, who recently passed away. And he thinks it's going to be a great season. They're not just going to be focused on redemption from last year's state loss. They got the wonderful man in his mind. And
I think when you dedicate a season or anything to someone who has impacted that particular thing, it always calls for a great outcome.
I didn't know much about Coach Goodwin before his passing, but he seemed to have really impacted the town and the athletes and the school.
That's very true. Logan Knowles goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line on this run.
South down 5 points with about 3 minutes left in the half. And again, Steve Johnson with the ball, who's a real leader, trying to get everyone squared off in the right spots. And again, South just dare, and a nice steal by Bakalarski. He goes for the lay-in, goes for the dunk, and almost makes it. And Logan Knowles, good rush by South, and now CK storming the field. And another recovery and the pace has just suddenly been changed by both teams. Both teams getting in faces, getting fast and aggressive. And looks like it'll be out of bounds on SK.
Alex Smith, number 22, got a palm on that one.
You know, what do you think, judging from what's happened so far, that Coach Callahan is going to be talking to the players about when they go into the locker room at the half?
I think Coach Callahan will be telling them to play tighter defense, making sure that they can finish their shots in transition, since that seems to be CK's weak point.
Logan Knowles storming down.
And he'll go back to the free throw line for 2 more. Trying to cut this lead down to 3.
Logan Knowles just went for it. I'm sure he was hoping to get the foul and possibly the and one. That's when the crowd goes wild, is when they have and ones.
SK is now in the bonus, but I don't think CK really has to worry about that since they're up.
Logan just made one. He's got another. Still cutting the lead down to 4 points. As Andrew Sweetcherman and Steve Johnson, 2 of the team's captains, seniors, and leaders. And I'm not sure what happened there. And a quick pass to Steve Johnson and a lay-in. CK now up 27-21, and Riley Callahan just sprinting down the court. It looks like he'll get a chance for free throws.
Riley's driving ability is really great. He's really known for shooting, but also taking it coast to coast.
And it amazes me not when just Riley, but when any player just storms through 3 players to try to make a shot. That's just really going for it, trying to take one for the team.
Seems to be struggling a little bit from the free throw line tonight. Let's hope in the second half he can get it together.
And again, you know, his teammates just telling him, brush it aside. And he makes one of them, cutting the lead to 5 points with about 1:30 left in the half. And don't go away, because we will have the Special Olympics scrimmage game. A lot of great, passionate players will be playing for about 6 minutes, and it should be really entertaining.
I'm really excited to watch them play. I know they've been working hard on it, trying to make sure that they brush up their skills.
Yeah, they got a lot of great players and great people on there, like Joseph Walter and Jeff Price, David Wright. You know, those are some of the nicest guys I know, and they're very passionate about what they do. Nice recovery. And number 32, Forrest Bingham, the nice lane.
He's definitely a tough player in the key.
As well as Steve Johnson of CK. South just not letting them come in. And again, that 6'5" frame of Austin Murray gets more points on the board for CK. CK looks like they got quite a good turnout for them in the South crowd. Got a little section in the bleachers for them. And he's going to have the and one opportunity.
Let's see if he can finish and make this a 3-point play for the Cougars.
From what I've observed, Murray seems to be a really well-rounded individual, making both long ones and those free throws. Bakalarski passing it back and forth with his best friend Riley Callahan. With the 3-point attempt, and he makes it. That was almost from half court, but now we have a 3-point game, less than 30 seconds.
I know Colin likes to shoot past the 3-point line. It's more like an NBA 3, the way he likes to shoot.
And he's also just really fast. He doesn't take the time to position himself. He just goes for it, and he's made it quite a few times already today.
That is true. He's a very risky player. He's really clutch when he needs to be, always making those last-minute shots.
Well, my coach always told me to have a chance, you got to take one, and that seems, as the half ends, South is only down 3 points to CK. It's been a nail-biter so far. But don't go away. In just a few moments, we'll have the Special Olympics scrimmage.
Right now, the cheerleaders are out performing with the band.
Getting the student section pumped up. South, just a really supportive crowd tonight. Always a supportive basketball, but especially against CK.
As the Special Olympics are going to play a quick basketball game. The participants for tonight's games are Robert Aber, 6th grader from Hidden Creek. William Byers, a senior at South Kitsap. Matt Decker, a freshman at John Sedgwick. Rashmi Franklin, a senior at South Kitsap. Samantha McDaniel, an 8th grader from John Sedgwick. Christopher Morris, a junior at South Kitsap. Josh Orange, a sophomore from South Kitsap. Matt Pearson, a senior at South Kitsap. Ronnie Purser, a sophomore from South Kitsap. Nicole Rogers. Joseph Walter, a junior from South Kitsap. Ryan Gibson, a senior at South Kitsap. Eldon Atkinson, a senior from South Kitsap. Jeff Price, a senior from South Kitsap. Miguel Bustamante, a senior from South Kitsap. Christian Whetstone, a senior at South Kitsap. And David Wright, a senior from South Kitsap.
All right, so we got more entertainment for you as South is resting in the locker room as well as CK. We have the Special Olympics. Wide variety of ages, girls and boys. It's been a pretty fun night so far. I'm pretty excited to see these kids going at it. They're really passionate about what they do. Don't you agree, Jacob?
I would agree. I know that they're ready. They've been practicing really hard as the crowd goes wild.
Joseph Walter just did a backflip for the crowd. And he's loving it today as well as South. South just so supportive of everything here. And South standing up on their feet, ready for this scrimmage to start.
I know I'm ready for it. I'm excited to see what they've been doing and how hard they've been practicing.
Yeah, I know Joseph Walter and Jeff Price and a few of those other kids, and they're just sweet kids. They're very amazing people.
getting ready for the tip-off.
And good sportsmanship by the players. The handshake. Looks like the yellow team, we started things off. A nice save. Good attempt there.
Maroon team's bringing it all the way down the court.
Nice recovery by yellow. Giving it everything he's got. Oh.
It's a kick ball. Looks like it will be maroon, not maroon, gold's ball.
I couldn't tell either.
There's a steal on the court. Ooh, with the crossover.
Nice. Yellow right back on it. It's been a nail-biter so far, 0-0. Almost had it on the net there. Here comes Maroon again. Nice stuff. And a good rebound by yellow. A nice pass. And we have a score. Nice recovery. I think these players are playing pretty well right now. What do you think?
I think so too. Both
Almost
teams
in
are
there.
working really hard.
Both teams seem to have good chemistry and teamwork.
They do.
Out of bounds on yellow. Oh, nice. Oh, that was so close. He read my mind.
The fans really getting into this game.
As well as SK players are coming back on the court. Support them in the last 4.5 minutes of this game. And see what this girl is made of. Almost there.
Gold's going coast to coast.
Oh.
With an offensive rebound.
Tried to swirl that in there. Nice juke under the legs of him. Going for it all. And recovery by his own teammate. And it looks like it'll be out of bounds. Oh, that was another close one. This guy's got good ball control. And another one.
Looks like Gold's up 4-0.
But no one's actually keeping score, just a scrimmage. But it's been a nail-biter.
Looks like we have a sub.
And a recovery by Maroon.
30 seconds, let's hear it for our Wolves fans.
for this exhibition special. Thanks for the exhibition.
This exhibition is almost over now as Maroon going for it all. And Maroon gets points on the board. Well, that was just great, Jacob, wasn't it?
That was. It was really great to watch. The fans really got into it. But thanks for joining us as the Special Olympics show an exhibition for what they've been up to. But now for the last few minutes of halftime, check out some recent video produced by South's award-winning video students. We'll see you in a few minutes for the second half.
As you've probably heard, this year's SK bowling team have been rocking those pins. With a record of 13-1, the team is comprised of some of the best bowlers around. But it hasn't always been this way. Coach Marcy Morgan has some insight on their newfound success.
Difference between last year and this year is a lot better teamwork. We also have an assistant coach that helps with more of the technical side of the bowling. And it's a great group of girls. We call ourselves the community team because we're not all from the high school. We have some from the junior high, one from Discovery. I'm now at Orchard Heights. And it's just an interesting team and they all get along. It's been a wonderful, wonderful year.
Although maintaining a high status can be tough, the girls on the team are enjoying every second of being on top.
Being 13-1 is definitely something I don't think any other seasons happen, but we just work really well together and I'm glad that I got the chance to be with these girls. There's no issues between us and we just all get along really well.
Stay tuned to see how our star bowlers progress as they head to the Narrows League tournament. Last year, thousands of kids just like you were left hungry due to the low supply of food. Backpacks for Kids is still taking non-perishable donations, and with your help, we can make this year different. Consider donating non-perishable items to Mr. Bergeson in room 324.
Well, we started 18 years ago in my classrooms, 15 of them right there in room 324. So we've done some big things year after year to help the children of the high school and of the elementary schools and junior highs to be better nourished and to send them a clear message that we care about them.
You
can make a difference.
Why wait?
The time is now.
There's a quote that goes like this: all it takes for the bad side of humanity to triumph is for good men and women to do nothing. So the question that you should ask is, do you make this school a better place? Is this school safer? Are students emotionally and physically safer at this school because you are a student here?
All right, welcome back, everyone. We are starting the second half. I'm Curtis Skeet, and joining me back in the booth is Jacob Scott. And it was a pretty competitive first half. Current score is only 30-27, South behind, and South coming right back with a fury. There's an interesting statistic of the first half. Only 3 3-pointers were scored. Who was that by, Jacob?
The one and only Colin Bakalarski.
And Logan Knowles with the lane attempt. And South and CK are both coming back just lightning speed. Trying to catch my breath just keeping up with them.
I think both coaches told their teams put a little pep in their step because they're coming out here with lightning speed trying to make sure that they outrun their opponents.
And like we mentioned earlier, this is probably the most important game that they'll ever play against each other because this is the last time that SK and CK will face each other at home.
They may play each other in a couple weeks, but I know for the Wolves, this one is special because this is in their gym in front of their crowd at their home.
And this is probably the most full that this gym's ever been for a basketball game, what I've seen.
Definitely. Austin Murray at 6'5", shooting a three-pointer.
You don't see that every day.
No, you don't.
He's been a real asset to CK.
Definitely has. He's got some points in the key, that three, couple free throws.
And Riley Callahan with an amazing spin move.
Eric Watry sinks the three-pointer.
That was good. And already back to a 5-point game. There's been a lot of points scored just in the first couple minutes of this half. It's been fast and aggressive.
There has. This CK timeout.
Both of these teams, no love lost for each other. So what else do you think that South and CK both need to improve for this half?
I think CK needs to improve on their transition defense, making sure that South doesn't just drive on them in the paint. Excuse me. As far as South, I think we need to improve on our defense, making sure that they don't score in the key. Also to watch the perimeter because they like to shoot a lot.
Well, if you don't already know, this game is streaming live on SKTV, YouTube, and the district website. And if you missed halftime, we had an amazing scrimmage of the Special Olympics team. That was quite entertaining. So if you missed that, be sure to check this game out on YouTube. As these two teams are back at it, going just with a passion, fiery passion. Steve Johnson, number 4 of CK, and Austin Murray, number 40 of CK, have just been real leaders up front. Two seniors, and both trying to cement themselves in not only CK history, but SK history. Because if CK could win this game, South would never forget it.
Riley Callahan was all over.
Logan Knowles back and forth with Callahan. And good attempt by Logan Knowles. Eric Waltree out there, number 22. He's one of the sophomores, correct?
Yes, he is.
He's been in there almost all game, and he seems fresh as ever.
I played with Eric in junior high when he was in 7th grade, and he played on varsity, and he was definitely someone that we depended on a lot, just like this team does here, as Colin makes the easy layup for 2.
Colin Bakalarski. He's quite entertaining to watch, and he's also quite the personality.
He is a character. Me and Colin have been friends for a while, and he is something else.
And CK,
CK seems to be struggling a little bit with their ball handling this half.
Yeah, I think both of these teams seem to be a little more tense than they were second half, which is understandable because this is a huge game. And ball bouncing out of bounds.
It's going to Central. Both teams come out here looking fresh, and I think that'll cause for more intensity and a better game for the audience.
Yeah, it seemed that first half was just a warm-up as they're faster than ever. But I do think that they could slow it down a little bit and be more about precision than speed.
Definitely. Both teams look like they need to set their offenses up instead of just going for shots to make for a better play.
But South, as they've been doing all game long, just daring them to come and make a lay-in. And South all over Austin Murray.
Steve Johnson with some more points on the board. He is doing his thing tonight.
He is on fire, that's for sure. As is Riley Callahan, Logan Knowles. I think South's been doing a pretty good job of rotating players, keeping fresh, and CK storming down. Good opportunity and a lay-in by number 2, Andrew Sweeterman. CK seems to have been maintaining the lead since about midway of the second quarter. But South not too far behind. Logan Knowles almost makes that lay-in, bounces out of the rim.
But that was out on CK, so it should remain South Kitsap ball.
Logan Knowles seems to have been off on his shooting today, but he's been good at getting those rebounds and passes in. As it looks like we've got Callahan again, one of the team leaders, out there to pass it out to his friend Bakalarski. It was a high ball, but he got it.
With the nice bounce pass to Eric Wachi for 2. I don't think CK's defense was ready for that one.
Eric Wachi very quick on his feet and jumping over. And SK just all over CK now. And a nice stuff.
That is Bakalarski's 3rd of the game.
And Bakalarski focused as ever tonight.
The SK crowd is definitely getting into this one. They've always had a lot of really funny, entertaining, creative cheers to throw at the other team, trying to knock them off their game.
And I think that really helps with the encouragement of the players. But CK does have quite a few people turning out tonight as well. And I'm sure fans are going crazy watching this on YouTube. And CK, again, number 2, Andrew Sweeterman with another lay-in. I haven't seen too many rotations on CK's part. They've had their starters in for the most of the game, but, you know, I can see why they're starters.
That is true. They don't even seem that winded at all.
Neither does South, and South stuffed. Logan Knowles, not the tallest man against Austin Murray, the 6'5". And some very quick passes by CK, but a recovery. And it's back to Riley Callahan. Callahan going for it all, and he looks like that's going to be CK ball. That was a good strategy by Steve Johnson trying to bring it to him.
South Kitsap seems to be lacking ball rotation, which is kind of biting them in the butt because Central Kitsap has got a pretty good feel for their offense and they're able to anticipate what's going to happen.
And because of that, they've taken a somewhat commanding lead at 41-34. Less than 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. And a good recovery by South. Again, back to our team captain, Riley Callahan. I don't think we've seen him sub out at all today, and he's been very fresh and aggressive.
Logan Knowles getting his own rebound.
And Bakalarski with the 4th three-pointer of the game. He is the only three-pointer scorer of the game with 4. And CK right back on it, but
I think he might have been trying a little too hard on that one.
That was good hustle by both teams, and it looks like it's going to be back to the Wolves after that impressive stuff.
Isaiah Lewis checks in for Forrest Bingham.
Jinx, he's a 6'6" against the 6'5" Austin Murray. That's been quite the matchup today. As well as we've got number 20, 6'5", Christian Miller. Got some tall boys out here tonight. And South being very strategic, very careful.
I think South might have heard me up here because they have definitely improved in the last couple plays on their ball rotation, making sure that they don't just go for shots, that they take time to make sure that they can score.
And it looks like we have another three-pointer. I don't think that was Bakalarski this time, but South is really getting dividends with those three-pointers. I haven't seen CK score any.
They've gone on a 6-0 run in the last 30 seconds alone.
And now we have a 40-41 lead. So just when you think that CK was starting to take over, we again have this nail biter. And looks like we have a travel on Austin Murray. Austin Murray was being defended by 3 people, trying to get through and make the lane, just lost control of his footing.
These players are getting really emotional on the court.
I'm sure in the next 20 seconds when they call the players back for the pre-4th quarter huddle, they'll be making sure that they gain their composure, because even though this is an important game, an emotional thing, you got to focus on it. Bakalarski
with the nice putback.
Bringing the lead back to South for the first time since the first half as the Wolves are up 42-41. 1 quarter left in the ball game.
I think you were right at the beginning, saying this is going to be a really close game.
We could have overtime on our hands. We'll see what happens. I think the highlight of the night, though, was definitely the Special Olympics game. I don't know about you, but that was really fun to watch, really entertaining. As is this cheer squad and this band, keeping South into this, keeping the fans into this. Classic Elton John. This is it. Final quarter of this amazing rivalry at home.
It looks like the crowd is getting ready for their famous roller coaster.
Oh, we do that a lot in pep assemblies.
It really helps get everyone into the game. But the ref said no.
Ref's not going to allow it right now, but maybe we'll see it at the end of the game after it's all over. What are you expecting to see in this last quarter?
I think in this last quarter, both teams will be playing harder than they have the rest of the game. And a lot of...
Bakalarski playing good defense against Stephen Johnson as Stephen Johnson throws it out of bounds and brings it back to South.
No, but I think we're going to have a lot of intense moments, a lot of shots being thrown up, some really hard, really well-played basketball.
To have a chance, you got to take one, and South is taking those chances. South Kitsap ranked number 5 in the division, right above CK at number 6. South does still have a bit of a chance maybe to make postseason, but right now they're focused on CK as Isaiah Lewis with a rebound, using that 6'6" frame to his advantage. Right back to our team captain, Riley Callahan.
Like you were saying before, they're focusing on CK, and that is very true. It's said that you have to focus on one game at a time. Make sure you give your all to the game that you're playing now, and then focus on the other one when it comes up.
Well said, Jacob. And Callahan, not quite there on a three-pointer, but South still maintaining the 42-41 lead.
The pace in the game is slowed down as the teams realize that they have to play fundamentally in order to win this game.
Absolutely. And CK, number 2, Andrew Schwederman, one of the seniors, starters, and captains, and he's been quite an asset. I haven't seen a whole lot of subbing in for CK, but they seem to be doing just fine out there. Right now it's a close game, so there's no reason for either of these teams to be getting jittery. Both of them just trying to be careful about how they play, and CK is getting the ball back. CK is taking the lead back, 43-42. Back to Stephen Johnson, Andrew Schwederman, and almost hit one of our cameras, but
with the biggest lead in the game have been 6, this game has definitely been close. It's always stayed within 6 points, so I think both teams know that they have to buckle down and make sure they get this W.
Yeah, I don't think we'll even go past 60 points per team in this game. It's been that way all game.
That's true. Both teams have really great defense. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
It's all good.
They have really good defense, and they're making sure that they do what they have to do as Isaiah Lewis forces his way to make that layup.
Isaiah, that was a nice shot there, and it's back again to the Wolves. Several lead changes in these past 2 quarters. And confusion on the court. And all right, Wolves with another timeout. 1-point lead. What do you think Callahan's saying right now?
I think he's designing a play, giving them some motivation to make sure that they can win this game. Making some rotations, some switches as the fans do their roller coaster. I don't think the ref can say much now.
And what do you think CK's coach is saying?
I think CK's coach doing the same thing, kicking some motivation into their heads, making sure that they're well rested, that they know exactly what to do when they get out there.
Well, I can agree with you. I'd say both of these teams have similar playing styles, and since it's such a close game, they just both have to stay in it, and we'll just see who can manage to win at the end. We got about 5.5 minutes left. It's a nail biter. Looks like CK has 3 people over 6'5" now. They've subbed a couple people in.
I think they're going to try to put the ball on the inside to defend our, well, not defend, but overcome our shorter players.
Now, we do have 6'3" Bakalarski, 6'6" Isaiah Lewis, and some of these short people can jump, as we've seen from Waltree. A nice recovery by Waltree, speak of the devil. Back to Callahan. South playing really smart right here. Taking their time.
A lot of the time they have, well, almost all the time they have plays that are designed, or that have been designed to execute a certain objective, but a lot of the time.
Isaiah Lewis, rebound and lay-in, bringing it 46-43. You were saying?
A lot of the time when you go out there, you can't always follow the play. So then, Eric Waltree makes the steal.
And looks like.
Yeah, but a lot of the time you go out there and you just have to play basketball. You have to do what feels right, what you think is best for their team.
Looks like Waltree will have the chance to bring it back to South. Logan Knowles back in. He's been a real team player, good passer, good rebounder. And again, it seems Callahan has just been the go-to guy when it comes to passing. Callahan just knows how to lead this team down the court. Why do you think that is?
I think it's just he's the point guard, so he has really good ball handling skills, knows how and who to pass it to.
A little miscommunication by Bakalarski and Knowles on the pass. And even though South was really successful last year, only one win away from state, I'd say they've really come together more as a unit.
Definitely. With returners and some new additions, they've been doing really well this season for the most part.
And you know, we have quite a few juniors and swing sophomores on this team, and so I think they're the seniors are doing a good job of showing them the ropes, and hopefully we'll also have a good squad next year. As Callahan makes it. Callahan, like as you said earlier, he was struggling in the first half with his free throws, but right now he seems pretty spot on as he makes 2 in a row, bringing the Wolves 48-43. Back to Steve Johnson of CK. Andrew Sweeterman bouncing out of the hoop.
Watry making the rebound.
3.5 minutes just about left in this game, and it seems to be a pretty good pace for both teams. So I'd say South's defense has been doing a much better job as of late, because as they also on offense making another point, bringing it to 50-43. I think that's South's biggest lead of the game so far.
It surely is.
Isaiah Lewis right in the face of Austin Murray, and Austin Murray can't get it in.
But he did draw the foul.
It was good on him.
So he'll be headed to the free throw line again for 2 quick and easy points.
And these are some important free throws right now. CK behind by 7 with about 3 minutes left. Misses his first attempt. South switching around the players a little bit. Putting Isaiah Lewis right there. See if he can get the rebound. South no love lost for CK and another timeout. So I don't know, I think those 2 free throw attempts were really significant in this game.
They were. I think they could have been a really good momentum builder, but I think now CK has to focus on how to build that momentum without them, and South has to focus on keeping this lead.
And they've been taking their time these past couple quarters, but I think now really when they get the ball back, they're going to be focusing on running the clock out, taking as much time off the shot clock as they can.
That is true, but 3 minutes is a really long time in basketball, so I guess we'll have to just hope that South can hold on to this lead.
It'll last about 20 minutes, something like that. I saw a game once where 15 seconds, I had like 4 commercial breaks. That's how close it was. It's insane.
Wow.
You may see that tonight. You never know. Personally, I think high school and collegiate basketball is the most entertaining basketball.
I think so too. I think that's because both teams are still working towards their goal. Not that NBA isn't entertaining, but I feel like when players are focusing on trying to reach a goal, they tend to work harder.
And you get to see these players sort of develop.
Right, exactly.
You'll see some of these players go on to college, and some of them may become big stars. I just love high school basketball, and I also love March Madness in college.
Definitely. It's my favorite time of year.
As South comes back down. CK really starting to get in the faces, and Isaiah Lewis with a nice screen. As we have Riley Allen almost makes the three-pointer, and Logan Knowles under pressure.
I think you might have meant Callahan on that one.
Huh. I think CK might have followed your advice now, as they are really stepping up their defense. And Waltree. Nice pass to Callahan. And Callahan just breezing through 2 people, and good save to Waltree. About 14 seconds on the shot clock, and juke by Callahan.
Passes it inside to Isaiah Lewis for the layup, but he missed it.
Back to Bakalarski, and that looks like it'll be out on Bakalarski. Nope.
Austin Murray feeling the pressure, getting a little bit too emotional on the court.
And another timeout. As you said, just a minute ago on the clock it was 3 minutes, but I think it's been about 4 or 5 minutes. Cheer and the crowd staying in this. No commercial breaks for high school basketball. Just a few timeouts. They're still going at it. And you think perhaps maybe CK is getting a little bit winded?
I think they might be. They look a little tired, a little sluggish on the court, but I know they're still out there working hard.
You got to push that extra mile. And
Andrew Schwederman fouls Riley Callahan on the reach-in.
Tried to get behind him, but didn't quite work. Callahan, a pretty aware player of where the ball is and where the defense is. They're going to send Logan Knowles to pass it off. And down to Bakalarski.
They're calling it a no basket because I guess Colin Bakalarski traveled before the shot.
It was a tough pass to catch. He made a good effort on it, but South still leading 50-43, less than 2 minutes left. And they're still playing their tight defense, just daring CK to go in for a lay-in.
No team has scored in the last minute and a half.
And Isaiah Lewis batting it away from Austin Murray. This has been an entertaining matchup between those two.
Definitely. They've both been working hard all night.
CK. And Austin Murray
shoots right over Isaiah Lewis.
And again, you know, they're just back and forth with each other. Goliath and Goliath. And about minute 22 left. And Callahan just taking his sweet time. Baltree. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Wolves really conserving it. And it's going to be a foul on.
Yep, Arian Rowan.
He's just getting a little too excited. And because of that, the shot clock is reset, and Wolves have more time to run off. Still a 5-point game. Anything can happen in the next minute. It'll be more like 5 minutes.
Logan Knowles seems to be headed to the free throw line. Let's see if he can make these two.
He's been pretty good with the free throws in this half especially. These could be really potential good free throws of good importance. And he makes one of them. Logan Knowles trying to seal the victory for the Wolves. Two for two right there. And another timeout.
Stretching the lead out to, again, 7 with a minute left. Let's see what these two teams can come up with after this timeout.
I really think that the Seahawks, thinking about next week. I really think that the Wolves have improved their strategy. They've been playing slower and more strategic offense, and then as all of the game, it's been great defense by them.
That is very true. It seems like right as CK got used to their fast-paced offense, they slowed down, confusing their defense.
Oh, I can't believe I just said Seahawks.
That's okay.
Just a subconscious thought popped out of me. One minute left. Just said that. There goes their 130 decibels. Austin Murray, big guy with the long shot, and Riley,
Alex Smith fouls Riley Callahan to stop the clock.
And you can't afford to do that this late in the game. Callahan has been pretty well on his free throws in this game. Chance to get more points and more of a deficit with 48 seconds left in the game. SK really holding their ground in this second half. Nice shot by Riley Callahan. Chance to bring a 9-point lead. And he does it. Now what can you expect in these last 45 seconds?
In these last 45 seconds from SK, I think they just need to slow down, maintain this lead, and kind of ride this one out. But on the CK side, I think they're going to want to score some, foul when they have to stop the clock, and then try and come up with the play to at least close this deficit by a little bit.
And right you are, they went in a quick rush two-pointer by them. So now it's not quite of a deficit, and looks like they got the foul, like you said.
Riley's going back to the line.
Chance for more points by the Wolves, but it does give them more time. It could be worth it. We'll see.
Riley sinks this one, so he has another one coming up.
Callahan just not letting the pressure get to him. He knows what the Cougars are trying to do, and he's not allowing it. Wolves now with an 8-point lead, and Central's number 23.
I think he got pushed.
Arian Wowen, he was either pushed or tripped, but nevertheless, CK with 34 seconds left, still life in left. And there we go.
Counting it as a no basket, but there was a push.
And Steve Johnson. And South gets it back. Logan Knowles, and looks like he was fouled. And with 20 seconds left, this crowd is getting pumped.
It's going to try to solidify this lead, trying to turn it into a 10-point lead. Solidifying the W for the team. 20 seconds left. But this will be a tough one to come back from. CK subs in number 14.
He's not on our roster list.
No, he is not.
He's an unknown. But let's see how he does. And CK gets it right back. 18 seconds. And looks like it'll be out on Callahan.
Showing a good sign of sportsmanship.
Callahan not letting it get to him. He's just focusing. And Murray with the lay-in, just literally off his fingertips. And it's back to a 6-point game with a timeout. 10.8 seconds left. CK still in this. Not giving up hope. What do you think South needs to do to win?
Well, if it's their ball, I'm not sure whose ball it is, but if it is their ball, they just kind of have to hold the ball out, wait for the timer to run out. If it's CK ball, well, I think they're going to try to score a quick three just to lower the deficit and then
get more fouls.
Right, do what they can.
They really, if CK wants to win, they just have to hope that if they foul, that South won't make more free throws. Because with 10 seconds left, if South makes any more free throws, that could solidify the victory.
That's true, because all they have to do is score a quick three, foul, hope that the South Kitsap misses their free throws and then score again to at least tie it up, sending it to overtime.
And Colin Bakalarski, though, he's had 4 3-pointers today, so you could see another one. I know he's excited, as is the crowd. And like you said, we've got the ball, so let's see what CK does, and they instantly foul. Not even a second went off the clock, and
sending Eric Watry to the line.
I don't think we've seen Eric Waltree on the line yet, so let's see what he's made of. And Eric Waltree. Very significant free throw just made there. Now up 7 points. One more here.
It seems number 14 on CK is Caleb Bates, a sophomore.
And Murray, tall guy again with a 3-point attempt. And it looks like South has pulled it off.
Final score is 56-49 in South's favor.
South Kitsap, the last time they'll face them at home, and they've won. So we want to thank you for joining us this South Kitsap High School basketball game. We'd also like to thank the students of video production program here at South who made this television program possible. And again, final score, South Kitsap 56, CK 49. Last time they'll ever face South Kitsap at home. So,
one quick program note, next Thursday on January 30th, we will again be live from South Kitsap with an exciting wrestling matchup between the Wolves and the visitors from Yelm. This is a team that broke the Wolves' undefeated dual meet winning streak last year after a 21-year winning streak. But that's all from here. Have a good evening. I've been Jacob Scott.
Sorry, I've been Kurtiski. So have a great night, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Tonight's final score, it was the Wolves 56 and the Cougars 49. Leading scorers for tonight's contest, first for the visitors from Central Kitsap,